news. I'm going to yap again. Changes. And I mean life changes. Well, no, I mean every change. Changes are good. No. Yes. Well, now we are going nowhere, of course. First of all, I really don't like big changes that doesn't give me anything. If it gives me a little bit, that's okay. But if it doesn't give me anything but grief, sorrow, making me angry, I don't like changes. Often it's the national changes, like trying to change traffic lanes or something like that. Something that I can't do anything about anyway. So those ones are not good. But when I make my own changes, I do it in a planned, organized fashion. And that has to do with that I have some sort of social disorder on the big scale. Because, I mean, I've been moving like 24, 25 times in my life, but most of it was because my father had to move because of work. That means that I have been to 3 or 4 different schools and stuff. And I got to grow. I fixed it. I didn't like it, but I fixed it. And lately I haven't been moving in 12 years' time. I have been sitting in the same apartment for 12 years. No changes made, nothing done to the walls, or I'm not even changing drapes. I mean, some changes, no. But other changes, like getting new buses at work and not having these old crates we are going around in with no brakes and stuff, yeah, that's good changes. And then we have our inside changes. They are, it's hard to say, but they are often 99% good. If I can change myself to be a more pleasant person, a nicer person, a kind person, that would be lovely. Not totally sure how to do it, but that's not the point. I want to do it and I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to change. I'm not good at changes because I don't like them, but I'm trying to change. And I have been doing that since 1999, I suppose. But it's not until 2009 I started to really make changes when I opened my mind up. The guy you know today in 2015 has nothing in common with the 2008. Yeah, that sounds crazy, but during these 7 years, I have been changing. I have been developing. I have been evolving. Very small steps at the time. And now and then I get an experience that I didn't need, like hospital. And of course, in 2008, my father died. That should have been something big, but no. In 2011, on the other hand, I cried blood when my little brother died. On the other hand, he had had a good life. I'm not totally sure if it could have been worse, of course, but it could not have been better. He was ill in the sickness. So now and then I do get a knock on the chest or a knock on the mouth. But that's also something that changes you. And if you're just listening in on how your feelings are, you're often getting out of it in a good way. Now, the meeting, when I meet other people, I've always been keen on meet other people, but on my turf, on my level, in my time. And throwing myself out on the Minecraft community, not even knowing how a community works, that was a change that I wouldn't have done 2008. In 2010, I started Minecraft, and in 2011, well, Ron and I met, first off. And to be totally honest, I had no idea that it could be so many ups and downs in a community. Now that I know it, it's just funny to look back, but I have learned a lot of it. Of course, I've learned which one I can trust, relate to. Yeah, good guys. And even if like someone like CFG, called Fusion Gaming, and me, we're not talking. We're not talking daily. We're not talking weekly, yearly even. I love that guy. It's strange. I couldn't say that about a distant person back in 2008. And when I was little, I wouldn't even think about getting anyone. I had no friends when I was little because I was afraid. And besides, we are probably going to move soon anyway, so why get some friends? Yeah, that's type of changes that happens. I also did a couple of changes that, well, one of them was easy. I sort of smoked cigarettes up to 2005. I wasn't a good smoker, if I can tell you that. I just realized that this is burning my wallet. I could just as well just throw the wallet on a fire and that's it. So I just stopped. But I used snuff, and Swedish snuff is a very special one. I'm not going to ever. I hope I don't have to show you, but you put it on your lip, and it gives you a good kick. You get nicotine directly into your bloodstream, and you get a stomach that doesn't work for a day or two. Now, since I used snuff and that was cheaper, I kept on doing that. But in 2009, I was so tired of drugs. I was so tired of a drug telling me what my money should go to. Instead of getting food on the table, I got snuff. It cost me 600 crowns. It's about $450. No. Back up. Let's just, for the fun of it, do this. Well, it's like $75 to $80 a month just in tobacco that I put under my lip and then spit in my wastebasket. My wastebasket was full of that crap, and it smelled all over the place. Why should that drug tell me what to do? And now it comes, the big change. I said, I throw this crap. And as soon as I've done that, the employment service asked, how about getting a bus driver's license? And she's, well, what the heck? I'm not saying no to anything. At the moment, you just give me. There's no way I can take a bus driver's license. No, that's a big change. I did. And I even got a job, and I have had that job for 5 years. I throw the drug away, and suddenly I have an economy that works. I have a life that works. I feel better than, well, okay. The last thing that happened wasn't that bad, but you know what I mean. And my stomach works fine. Okay, I gained 5 kilos, but what the heck? You have to sacrifice something, won't you, for the change? So yes, changes are good, but not all changes are good. And I'm thinking about, well, Ron and his family moving to a new house, settling in there. You are settlers. We agree to that. And that's a good change. And it feels like your family is really moving about. Perhaps otherwise, you would have just been going backwards. Who knows? Well, it's a long yap. Thanks for listening. Bye.